at the moment this Golf is currently idling around the 1200 mark, and we want to bring that down to nearer to 900. Now the trouble is, the idle screw is located on the back of the carburetor down here, which you can see on this one. That's the idle adjust. But before you do the idle adjust, you need to set the fast idle screw, which is located down here. And to do that, what you need to do is you need to have the engine running, and the engine needs to be hot as well. So this is dangerous to do, so you need long sleeves on and thick gloves, because otherwise you will get scorched or burnt on the exhaust or the engine down there. And then what you have to do is the tube that goes on this bottom connection here, which is down on the back of that, you have to pull it off, and then your revs on the car will increase themselves. They'll go up to anywhere between 2,000 and 5,000 revs sort of thing, but you need them to be at 3,000 revs. If they're not at 3,000 revs, then you need to adjust the fast idle screw accordingly. And so, with long sleeves and gloves on, I will pull the bottom vacuum pipe off. It's very difficult this, and see what the revs go to, then push the pipe back on. Right, I'll just look and see what those revs were on the other camera. I've just checked the footage off the other camera, and the revs were at 3,300 revs. So what I've just done, I've just put some penetrating oil on here, and then with a pair of pliers and with my gloves and long sleeves still on, I've lifted the plate up and I've used the pliers and I've unscrewed that one turn. I did put a mark on the screw so I can see that I had turned it, because it's very difficult to turn around. It just took me a few minutes to do that, but now I'll start the engine up, wait until it's warmed up again, and then remove the pipe and check the revs again. And I'll keep doing that until I get the revs around about the 3,000 mark. This might take me a while because I'm doing this on my own. Normally I would have someone reading the revs out, but this way, using another camera, I'm having to check the memory card each time. But now it's warmed up, we'll remove it for the second time and see what the revs are again. But already my fingers are feeling that they're full of cramp, so I may have difficulty getting this tube back on. Here goes. I'll just push that back on, and then I'll take the memory card out and go and check the revs again until I get those to 3,000. And so after watching that last playback, I'm happy that the fast idle is now at the 3,000 mark. And now it's hot again, and checking the revs, it's ticking over around about the 1,000 mark. So now I'll adjust the idle and bring that down to about 900. So I will now adjust the idle on the back of the carburetor. Again, I've switched the engine off, but because it's hot, I've still got the gloves and long sleeves on, and I'm careful that nothing I'm wearing will dangle into the fan, because if I'm leaning over that fan can still come back on at any time. So I'll just get my arm down behind that. Make sure that sleeve keeps away from my skin, away from anything hot. And then it's difficult to get onto the back of this, but there we are, I'm on that, and it's slightly faster revs, so I'll unscrew it a tiny bit and just see what that does. I'll try that. After adjusting the idle, that seems to have brought the revs down to about where I want them. So what I'll do, I'll drive that for a few days, and if needs be, I can make any tiny adjustments after that, but I think that should be fine. Thanks for watching. Bye.